Well, welcome everyone. Again, Naginata at home. Well, in dojo for some of them. At least it seems like that. So today's session, I have a bit of a different program because we have so many people who have little of or no experience in Naginata. So I thought I'm going to focus on them. We are going to repeat a little bit what we've gone through last week. So a little bit of that, and then we'll focus on explaining Sune strikes properly. And if we have more time, I'll try to combine men and Sune strikes into either Uchikaishi or first kata, depending on the time we've got. So that's the program for today. So just let's start with a quick warm-up. So I'll pin the video here so I can, yeah, that's better. Okay, let's start with a quick warm-up. So first the hips. Right, the other way around. And sideways. Okay, knees. And the other side. Okay. Your legs. Okay, the other way around. Sideways. And the other way around. And all the way down. Okay, change sides. And center it. Try to open your legs as much as you can. Okay, arms going forward. And backwards. Okay, stretch. And the other side. Okay, and to the top. You can stretch a little bit more if you lean a little bit. Okay, the other side. Okay, stretch up and move around a little. Stretch down. Okay, stretch backwards. Okay, neck a little bit, go slowly. And the other way around. stretch to one side. If you push with the other hand down, it usually helps stretching. The other side. Okay, thank you. We're going to do a quick reho. So just to explain again, there are two ways to bow. So the first way that you could eventually bow would be to your partner. So from this position, your heels are together, your hands are next to your body, and then when you want to do re, you just turn from the hips down. So, and your hands go forward like this. If you look at it from the side, it only bends from here, like this. Okay, so your head doesn't go up or down. Just a bit like a Lego character, so it just bends from the middle bit, right? Okay, other way to bow, which is what we are going to do now. So we are going to go to Seiza, which is kneeling down. So go with your left knee next to your right foot, and then both knees are on the floor. If you see that from the side, you can see my feet are still up. Now I'm putting my feet down. I'm going to sit on my feet. Okay, so I'm going to go facing you. Okay, my hands are with the hands close to the fingers together. And when I'm going to do re, I'm going to put my hands as a triangle in front of me with my arms, with my hands stretched, and then bend the elbows until they touch the floor. Okay, and then back up, and then back to this position. Okay, so let's do that together. Okay, so from Shizentai, Seiza, Mokso, Mokso Yame, hey, Oyashimasu. Okay, so first things we are going to do first is a bit of etiquette. So before we start, I've got a broomstick. It's not a naginata, but close enough. So if you have anything to practice with, please go ahead. If you don't, that's fine as well. Just use your hands. It is not a problem at all. Okay. So just to recap, how to grab a naginata from the floor. I'm not sure you can see, but I'm going to do like this. So I have the lamp close enough. So what you want to do, so if you are standing, you can see my fake naginata is there. I want the blade to be behind me. Okay, so the blade would be facing the door there. So I'm gonna go next to the naginata, pick up the naginata. First, the part that has the shaft, okay, so the blade is still on the floor. Look behind if there is nobody there, because you don't want to have anyone, injure anyone, and then just go up. I'm gonna put the computer back up. So I'm gonna do that again in a way that you can see, the top bit. Right, so I'm taking the naginata and I'm gonna stand with the naginata next to my hip. So this part of my hand is on the hip bone, okay? Like this, okay? Right, from there I'm gonna take Shudan, so this position here is Shizentai, okay? So for Shudan, the left hand goes on top of the right hand, and then I'm pulling with the left hand, and the right hand slides. Okay? I'm moving the 2 feet forward. If you look at how it is in terms of distance between my hands, is the same distance as my shoulders, but everything is slightly forward, and I have 1 elbow distance between where I hold my naginata and the end of the naginata. Okay. In terms of the feet, Again, I'm repeating from last week, but we have a lot of new people. So I'm only putting this part of my foot on the floor, okay? So only the front bit on both feet. If you look at it, the front foot is almost facing forward, only the small finger is facing forward, not the big one, okay? So it's slightly in. And then the other one, it doesn't need to be exactly for 90 degrees. It can be a little bit more, it can be a bit less, it depends on your body. But what you don't want is to have your heels exactly aligned, so slightly out, okay, so that they are not exactly aligned. Okay, so from here, we are gonna do footwork. So we are repeating from last week. So from Chulan, make sure your heels don't touch the floor, that you have the correct position, both with the hands and with the feet, okay? Now, I'm gonna go forward, so to go forward, I'm gonna press on my back foot and recuperate directly. If I go backwards, I'm gonna press on the front foot and go backwards, okay? Let's do it. Okay. Ato, 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 ato. Okay. I don't know if everyone's all right with that, but it seems fine. So I'm going to do the next one. So to go to the right and to the left. If I want to go right, just remember that the first foot that is moving is always the same one of the direction you're going. So if I'm going to the right, I'm going to move the right foot first because I'm pressing on my left leg. If I'm going to the left, my left leg is going to move first because I'm pressing on the right one. Okay, so if you see that from the side, to the right, and the left. Okay? So, migi to the right, idari to the left. Let's go. So, migi ni irake, idari ni irake, idari ni irake, migi ni irake. Okay, just don't forget that when you have a naginata or a stick or something that you want to use, you don't want to move around too much with it. You still want it to point somewhere here in the middle of your body. So try to keep it to the middle of your body, okay? So one more time. Idari, migi, migi, idari, migi. Okay. So next one, we're going to do tsugiashi. So tsugiashi is when you do a little bit of a, I'm going to say jumping motion, but you don't want to go up, you just don't want to go forward. So if you have your hips on one line, you just want the line to stay horizontal, like this, okay? You don't want this, okay, no jumping, just forward, backwards, okay? So what happens is the back foot bumps into the other one, and you can skip forward, or the front foot skips into the other one and skip backward. Okay, so again, just the front of the feet on the floor, and you don't want to do, so common mistake would be to do an extra step before going or this, okay? You don't want that, you just want the steps, okay? So, let's go. Tsugiashi mai, tsugiashi ato, tsugiashi ato, tsugiashi mai, tsugiashi mai, tsugiashi ato, tsugiashi mai. Again, if you have a naginata, you still want it to be in front of you, okay? Not like this, not like this, just middle, pointing to the middle of your body, okay? So if you have a camera, try to face the camera as much as you can, if you can, and check yourself if you are in the center, okay? One more time, tsugiashi ato, tsugiashi mai, tsugiashi mai. Okay, next one, ayumiyashi. To do ayumiyashi, I'm gonna get rid of that so I can be closer to the wall, otherwise I don't have enough space. So, I'm gonna do 4 steps. The first step is small, and then the next step wide, small, wide, okay? So, small, wide, small, wide. I do that from the front. Small, wide, small, wide. Okay, so if I go forward, I cross to the front here. Okay. If I go backwards, I cross to the back. Okay. So one thing to remember is you don't want to put your heel completely on the floor again. So if I'm showing my feet now, I only want to do this, okay? Not that. Why? Because if I put my foot completely on the floor, my hip is turning with it, okay? So you end up doing something like this. You don't want to change profile, you want to keep the same profile. And just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep as much as you can sideways, all right? So let's give it a go. Ayumi Ashi, mai. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ayumi Ashi, ato. 2, 3, 4. Ayumi Ashi, mai. Small, big, recuperate. Ayumi Ashi, ato. Small, big, recuperate. It's okay to recuperate the legs. So, for example, on the last 2 steps, 1, 2, and then recuperate the leg, that's fine. It's not an extra step. Same thing, forward on the last 2 steps, 1, 2, and recuperate, that's fine, yeah? Okay, one more time. Ayumi Ashi ato. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ayumi Ashi mai. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right, now let's try this the other side. So to change sides, I'm going to walk backwards. So I'm going to show you that from the side, it's easier. So I'm going to first walk back, put my Naginata vertical. The back hand is slotting inside the front hand. Then the front hand slides on top of it. It's going to slide down the Naginata while I'm doing another step forward. Okay? So if I do that again, backwards, forward. Okay, that's Mochikai. Let's try a couple of times. So if I'm going from here, 1, and 2. 1, and 2. Try a couple of times, see if all is fine. 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So let's go to the right foot forward. So Migi Kamai. And now we're going to do the same footwork again, but the other way around. Okay, so mai, ato, nigi ni irake, idare ni irake, nigi ni irake, tsugiashi mai, tsugiashi ato, ayumi ashi mai. 1, 2, 4. Ayumi ashi ato. Ayumi ashi mai. Ayumi ashi ato. Okay, machikaite. Okay, right. I think that's going fine for everyone. So I'm gonna do, well, I cannot see Alan because it's really dark there, but for everyone that I can see, it seems to be fine. So next thing I'm gonna do is repeat how we do big men and aso men that we did last time, and then I'm gonna focus specifically on sune. Okay, let's do the first, passing from one kamai to the other, because I think that's the first thing to do. So when you're in Chudan, okay, one thing that you want to do to take aso is, you don't move your feet, you just move your hands, and you're gonna slide the back hand inside of the other one. This hand just bends to here, okay? If you bend your hands, this way it ends up. So from here, 1, change your hand, it slots into the other one, and then 2. The bottom hand is, I'm gonna show a bit higher. So the bottom hand should be on your hip bone, The other one, I'm going to show you like this because I cannot show you the whole thing. So first of all, you want it to still be in diagonal, like when you have the chudan, but more or less next to your ear. Okay, so if I'm like this, you don't want to be behind your head, and you don't want to be too much out. Enough so that you can actually just go forward if you want to attack. Okay, so that's the normal position. Okay, so let's try to change from aso to chudan and chudan to aso a couple of times. Change, change. Okay, so chudan, let's change sides. So mochikaite, we're going to do the same thing. So aso, chudan, aso, chudan, aso, chudan. Okay, for aso, you want to be kind of, I'm going to say a natural position, that's how they call it, but you don't want to pull too much because then you see my hand now, it's not holding the naginata. So I want my hand to be completely against the naginata. If I'm doing this, then it's detached, okay? You don't want that, you just want to be in a relaxed position there. This hand doesn't do anything, it's just there, okay? And you want it to be like, I'm going to say high enough, but without doing this, okay? So relaxed, and low enough so that you can still hold it, okay? So if I'm going too high, it's not touching. If I'm going too low, then suddenly my elbow is in a way that it's going to be in the way. So I want my elbow to be always behind my hand, okay? So if I'm looking at it from the front, you never want your elbow to be in the front. You always want it to be behind, so you can just point forward to the target, okay? So, right, so from chudan, we're gonna start with big man. I'm gonna adjust this because I've got, I know you cannot see, but I've got the lamp here, so I don't want to touch it with that. Okay. So, from chudan, for the first strike we're gonna do big man. So with the backhand, we are pushing forward and up, okay? If you look at it, if I would look at it from the side, okay, this hand is not completely stretched. If you're doing that, you can see now my hand is open if I overstretched, okay? So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your hand stays closed. So that's how you know that you are going too far with your hand. So if it's like this, it's impossible. If it's like this, you don't see underneath. So you want to go high enough you can see underneath, but that your hand is still closed, okay? The other one, it can slide a bit. So not everyone has the same size and shape. So if you're very tall, it would probably slide a little bit. You don't want to have your hands together, but you just want to put it in this position, okay? So it's okay if it slides up and down, okay? What you don't want to do is to keep it where it is and then have your back kind of arch backwards, because very tall people have that problem. So if it's arching backwards, let's just let it slide a little bit, yeah? Okay, so on the first step, I'm going to do a very, very small step. Let me show you the steps. So I'm going to do a very small step, okay? And then I'm pressing on my front foot and both feet go forward. So if I'm showing you that from drop my naginata because I don't have space this direction. So from chudan, very small step, press on the front foot and move both feet forward. Okay, two more time. 1, 2. Okay, let's do that. From chudan, first step, then. Okay, and back. First step, then. Chudan, and. Oh, sorry, you cannot see. Right, how to finish? Because I think that's one of the main So common mistakes that you want to avoid. So you want to make sure that this hand is the one that is making the strike. Why? Because once I go down, I can slide this hand, okay? If I'm holding it, I'm gonna be ending up facing, okay? So I don't want to hold it with this hand, I want to hold it with the back hand. So I can slide enough that when I finish, my back hand is in the center, low. When I say low, don't overstretch. Again, you want to be able to hold your naginata with this hand. And the other one, you need to adjust so that your blade is the height of your head. If you don't have a real naginata, make it more or less the height of your shoulder. Okay, that's a good indication usually, except if you're really tall, but I don't think there is anyone really tall here. So if you don't have a real naginata to check, just make it more or less shoulder height. Yeah. Okay, one more time. First step, second step, men. Shudan, Yesheto. 1, 2, Shudan, Yesheto. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget to move both feet. So when you are doing the first step, no problem. And then move both feet. Make sure that both of them are walking forward. Yeah. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Right. Let's do now the same thing, but as one in one go. So you don't want to stay in this position because this is where you are vulnerable. Okay. You want to stay there as little as you can, but you still want to go to that position. So 1, stop here, and then should be a gentle. 1, 2, stop, Shudan Sudhyeshi. Okay, so you want to make sure that you make the stop in the right place. When I say the stop, it doesn't need to be that long. It's just to give everyone time to do it. Don't rush. Just make sure that it's smooth, okay? Doesn't need to be fast, just needs to be together. Okay, let's have a go. So, 1, 2, Shudan Sudhyeshi. 1, 2, Shudan Sudhyeshi. 1, 2, Shudan Sudhyeshi. Okay, let's try the other side. Mochikaite. First slowly, so first step. Make sure the front, well, the hand that is now in the front is holding the naginata, that you're well facing forward. Down, move both feet. Shudan Sudhyeshi. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at where you are finishing. So 1, 2. Again, here you should be in the center. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Take care of one more thing. I didn't talk about that yet. Okay, I need to be in a place that I'm not going to touch any object. So when you are hitting, you don't want to go down, okay? You don't want this hand to go straight down. You want to go forward, forward and down, okay? So big. You don't want to go straight down because that makes it very small, okay? Both hands go forward if you look at it, yeah? Okay, let's have a go again. Same side. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that went quite good. So I'm going to repeat now the same thing, but now we're going to focus on the sune, okay? So it's going to be the same first steps, and then we are going to hit the leg instead. So for people who are just starting, Sune is between the knee and the ankle. So you want to be somewhere here in the center. Whether it's one side or the other, both are valid strikes, okay? Doesn't matter if you, we always encourage to hit on the outside, but both would be valid in a fight. So either way. So how to do it? So first step, I'm gonna go up. So again, this is the same as before, okay? No difference. Now, the front hand needs to stay in the center line, okay? You don't want to go sideways here, okay? Okay, and I would eventually hit. So you still want to go forward and, okay, so not down, just forward with this hand, okay? The other one is the one that is going out of the way a little bit, so that you don't have to pass through somebody's body to go to the leg, okay? You want to go to the side a little bit. That's with the front hand, okay? When you are sliding, because you want to go down, it might be the case, or it might not, that you will have to slide a little bit to you. Okay, so if you look at Naginata in general, the back hand is doing the strength, and the other one, if you slide up, you will be more towards men. If you slide down, you will be more towards Sune. You want as much space between your hands as possible, so that although you are lower because you slide a bit backwards, you want enough space that you can control the Naginata, okay? So you should not be like this, okay? That's not good. So how to finish? So Sune, again, I move both feet. Same footwork as before, so small step, press on the front foot, move both feet. And then instead of finishing straight, I'm gonna bend a little bit the knee, okay? When I say a little bit, I mean, you want to bend the knee, but not that your knee should not pass beyond your toes, okay? If you do that, you're gonna ruin your knee, okay? Also, some people, when I'm gonna show you from the front because I think it's easier. Some people do this, okay? If you're doing a strike forward and your foot is sideways, you're gonna ruin this articulation, okay? So you want to make sure that it's still straight forward. Not by rotating the knee, but by opening your legs here, okay? So make sure this is forward so you don't ruin it. And then you should be a little bit bent on the front knee. The other one is like 90% stretched, okay? So when you finish, your backhand is in the center line of your body. And the other one is as far as you can, that you are the right height. How do you know where to put this hand? It's when it's your elbow, well, your shoulder is relaxed and your elbow is touching the Naginata. If I'm going too much down, my Naginata is not touching my elbow, so it's too much down. If I'm going here, it's as low as I can that it's touching, so that's the right position. If I'm going higher, then you can see my elbows, my shoulder is starting to get a bit stressed out there, yeah? You don't want that, so as much down as you can that your Naginata is touching. Okay, that's the position. Common mistakes. Common mistakes would be to either not reaching the target, so people end up with the hands outside, we don't want that. Or because they are holding it with the front hand, they compensate with the hand outside here. And again, they won't reach the target. Okay, so you do want this hand to be the one doing the strength and the other one being the sliding one. Okay, so enough talking, let's try. So, first step, same as before. Now I'm gonna pull with the front hand below and forward. The front hand stays in the center while the other one goes a bit sideways. And Sune. Make sure your hand here is in the center, that it's touching your Naginata, and that your front leg is a little bit bent. Shudan, Sugyashiato. I'm gonna try like this so you can see better, okay? So small step, pull down have to do like this. One more time. So up and then down. The front hand can be a little bit sideways. Sune, move both feet. Shudan, Sune, Shago. 1 and 2 and Shudan, Sune, Shago. Start here. 1, Sune, Shudan, Sune, Shago. 1, Sune, Shudan, Sune, Shago. Okay, that's going well. So let's try the other way around. So, Mochikaite. Okay, I'm going to start a bit like. Okay, first step. And it stays in the center. Sune. Shudan. Sudish. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try in one go. So 1, 2 in one go, and 3 and 4 separate. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget to move both feet. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4. So when I say move both feet, I mean on the second step. Because from here, no problem. And here, 1, 2. Okay, you still want both feet to move. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one thing to check if you have a real naginata is that your blade is a little bit sideways. Because for men, we were coming from the top. So you want it to be straight, okay? But now, because we come a little bit from the side, you want it to be a little bit diagonal if you have a real naginata, okay? I have a stick here, so of course it doesn't work. But if you do, it's important that you check the angle of your blade, okay? Right, let's do again what we did last week with the Asso men, and then we'll do the same thing for Sune. So, what we did just before, Asso. This is fine. Now, for men, anything with Asso, you want the hands to kind of, you want to squeeze the fingers in this order. So this one, this one, this one. So like this, okay? So that is the lower hand that does the striking. The other one just follows. When I say it follows, let me make that a bit shorter. I'm going to touch the furniture in front. So when I say it follows, I mean, it doesn't do any strengths. It just points at the target, okay? So your hand is always in front of your elbows, and it just goes forward, okay? So from here, straight to the man. So if I'm doing a strike, I'm on my knees, so it might be a bit tricky. Man, okay? Now it's pointing at the head, okay? I'm putting my head at the same height as the camera so you can see it. So it's pointing at the head height, okay? In terms of where I'm finishing, again, the hand is in the center line. And again, it's touching. So if I'm going lower, it's not touching my elbow anymore, so that's too low. If I'm going higher, this is just stressed out, you don't want that. So relaxed, and that it's still touching your hand, touching your elbow. And then this one, it can slide so that you can be back sideways. If it's like this, you know, you will be facing a little bit forward. You don't want that. You want to be like enough sideways, okay? So if it's too much, don't overdo it either. You don't want to be like a sheet of, you're not like a sheet of paper, okay? You have a thickness. So of course you don't want to be all the way, but still enough, okay? Don't overdo it, don't overstretch, just natural. Okay, let's give it a go. I'm gonna make that bigger again. So, aso. Then from here, the lower hand is doing the strike, the other one is just following. Men. Yeah, okay, but have a look at the feet now. I'm gonna just do the footwork first. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but if I'm in Chudan position, I'm not gonna do the hands at the moment. I'm gonna press on my front hand, on my front foot, and then the other one needs to come as straight as possible here, okay? Like straight. I'm showing you that like from here, as straight as you can. As straight as you can. Okay? So what not to do, so as a bad example, you don't want to do this. Okay? I'm exaggerating. You just want to go as much close to the other foot as possible. Okay? So if I show you that from this side, I'm pressing on my front foot. Again, don't put your heels on the floor ever, okay? I'm pressing my front foot, 1, 2. And I move both feet forward. Okay, when I say both feet, I mean, there is a difference between just doing this and this one stays on the spot, that's wrong, okay? You want to move both feet, so press, 1, 2. Both feet move forward. Okay? All right. Let's give it a go. So, aso, and men, and chudan, sugyeshato, aso. Check your aso, make sure that it's on your hip, that you're, well, maybe if you have a real naginata, you should have 1 elbow distance here, okay? This is too short, so I don't do it, but you should, if you can. You want both hands to grab the naginata completely, okay? With your the hand completely touching. Not this, but this, okay? Same downstairs, same here. Not this, but this, yeah. So check that you're in the right position, check that it's in front of you here, check that you have the height of your ear more or less, okay? And to know if it's too much out of or not, this part of your naginata should be protecting your upper leg, okay? Okay, now, men. Okay, chudan, sugyeshato. Don't do anything with your top hand, just point at the men. Point at your head height, okay? Chudan, sugyeshato. Aso, men. Chudan, sugyeshato. Aso, men. Chudan, sugyeshato. Aso, men. Chudan, sugyeshato. Aso, men. Chudan, sugyeshato. Okay, I think that goes quite well. So I'm going to do, well, for the people I can see at least, so I'm going to do the same with Sune now. I'm going to explain. So it's going to be something in between this and the big Sune that we did before. So from Aso. Now I'm going to go for Sune, but because I'm already sideways, I don't need to do anything else with this hand. I can just go straight to the Sune, okay? So what you don't want to do is go by the side, okay? You want to go straight to the target. So from here, straight, come. Okay? When you finish, same as before, relax shoulder as low as possible until your elbow is still touching the naginata, still in the center, still with your front leg a little bit bent, and still as far as you can go, that is the right height. So even if it slid a little bit back when you did the Sune, as far as possible, okay? And then Chudan. Okay, let's do it again. So, Aso, and Sune. Make sure you move both feet again. So from here, sorry, let me show this side. So if I'm doing Sune, I want from here 1, 2, okay? both feet need to move. Okay? If you don't have much space, just, you know, move it to the point that you can do one and then put it on the same spot. But it needs to move, even if it's like, I'm saying on the same spot, just move it like this, yeah? As long as both feet have moved, it's okay. Okay, so again, Sune, Shudan, Sune, Asso, Sune, Shudan, Sune. Just one more thing. When you finish your Sune, you want to make sure that both feet are on the floor, okay? You cannot have like this. I'm exaggerating again, okay? You want to make sure that you can go any direction afterwards, okay? It's just a question of mobility. You need to be able to move either side, okay? Make sure both feet are on the floor. Okay, one more time. Asso, Sune, Shudan, Sugesha. Asso, Sune, Shudan, Sugesha. Okay, I think that goes well. So I'm gonna pass to the next, I think we have enough time to do a combination of things. We're gonna do an exercise that is called Uchikaishi. And it's a combination. Of course, I don't know your living room, but mine is a bit small to do it completely. So I do suggest that we do each of the strikes, and then we do Tsugi Ashiato, but instead of going to Chudan, we stay in the same position. So we have the same position as if we would have done it continuously. If you can do it in one go, it's better. If you cannot, just go back whenever you cannot go more forward, yeah? I'll explain as we go. It's okay to go back after each strike if you don't have space, yeah? So, the exercise is the following. We do one big man, then Asso, man. I'm gonna go back, but if you can continue just forward. Asso, man, Asso, Sune. Again, I'm gonna go back, if you can just continue forward. Asso, Sune, Chudan, Tsugi Ashiato, big man, and back. So, I'm gonna repeat that one more time. One big man, two Asso men, two Asso Sune, Chudan, Tsugi Ashiato, big man, Chudan, Tsugi Ashiato. Okay? Well, let's do it together. Okay. So, big man. Okay. Asso man. I'm going to go back. If you can continue, just continue. Asso man. Asso sune. Asso sune. Chudan. Tsugi Ashiato. Big man. 1, 2. Chudan. Tsugi Ashiato. Okay. Let's repeat. Man. 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 Sune. Sune. Chudan. Tsugi Ashiato. Okay, not too bad. Couple of things to look for. When you do Asso Sune, you don't want to go down directly, okay? You want to make it forward. So what I'm looking at, I'm going to show you the other side because I think it's easier. People are going like down straight. Just think about going forward to reach instead of going down, if that makes any sense. Okay? So you don't want to do this. You want to do reach, okay? Try to reach. Let's try a couple of more Asso Sune just to give it a go. So from Asso, okay, forward. Okay, again, asso, forward. Okay, just if you can. Okay, let's do the whole thing. So, big man, asso, man, asso, man, asso, man, asso, man, shudan, soulier chateau, man. Okay, right, okay, one more thing to improve now. We all know the steps now, and we all know how to do each individual movement. Now we want to put together what goes together. So you don't want to stay too long in any of the kamae or any intermediate position. The only place where you can make a stop is when you are on a target, okay? So what I mean is, we don't stay here, okay? We just go 1, 2. It doesn't need to be fast, it just needs to be together. You can stop here, okay? And again, from here, you want to do asso men. You don't want to do asso, wait for 3 hours, and then move on men. Because once you are here, you are vulnerable, okay? So, and again, asso sune. Asso sune. Shudan, control the center. Again, at once, 1, 2, okay? One more time. Okay. Good, men together, men. Now, asso men in one go, 1, 2. Asso men in one go, 1, 2. Asso sune in one go, 1, 2. Yeah. Don't go down, go forward, please. 1, 2. Yeah, okay, Chudan, Soulier Chateau, and big man. 1, 2. Okay. One thing that I'm noticing is when people do men, their feet don't come together with their hands, okay? You want to make sure that when you finish the strike, your back foot has already recuperated. It's recuperating at the same time. It's not the front foot that needs to be together with the strike, it's the back, okay? So, once you finish the man, 1, that's when it's touching here, okay? When the back foot is together. And not here when you already finished, and then it's gonna slide on the other one's man because you are still moving your back foot. Okay, so you want to make sure that the back foot is arriving at the same time as the strike. Let's give it a go. Just a couple of man strikes. So 1, 2. You can go slowly if you want to make sure that it's happening. You can do 1, and then start going down with the hand, and then last we'll press, and then go. If it's helping you, you can do that way. So go down, and 2. Okay, don't go. Okay, I said go down. My bad. So not down, but down forward. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2. Okay. We've got a bit less than 10 minutes left, so I would like to do a different exercise that is going to be like, we're going to start now, and then I don't know next week if I'm the one teaching or not, but next time I will be teaching, I will be continuing this. We're going to defend, okay? We're going to do the defense of the thing that we just did, so Apuchi Kaishi. So for that, I'm going to decompose the defense of all the other strikes involved. So first thing, we're going to defend men, okay? So how to defend men? From Chudan, I'm going to pull with my back hand, and the other one slides. And at the same time, I'm going to push myself forward with the back foot. Okay, push forward. Push backward with the front foot. 1, 2. 1, 2. back foot, back leg, front foot, front leg. Okay, when you finish, you want your backhand to be in the joint. So in the joint of your, between your leg and your body. So here, okay? That's where your backhand should finish, in this position, okay? The other one, you need to have close enough to you that it is not touching. So if you imagine you have an egg, you want to be able to hold the egg but not smash it, okay? That's how close it should be. If you have a naginata, your blade should be facing, so the blade is downwards, because you always catch the other one's naginata with the side of yours, okay? So that you would not damage. If it was a real blade, it would be damaged if it would be the other way around, okay? So, okay, let's try. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Try the other side a little bit. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, that goes well. So, once you have defended the first one, we're going to have sokumen. So, how do you defend the sokumen? You want to defend it on the other side. First, before I go to sokumen, first I forget to say something that is quite important. If you defend men normally, you don't want to defend with your blade exactly in the center, okay? Because then you are still vulnerable. You want it to defend a little bit outside, so that if the blade would continue, it would pass next to your body, okay? It's going to be the same with every other strike. I just prefer to say it now so that we keep doing that. Okay, let's say now I'm going to do the sokumen. I'm going to show the feet first. I'm going to go, so I'm going to rotate the back foot and do a step back. Okay, so I'm going to change profile. 1, 2. With the hands, and I'm going to put the camera back up. With the hands, 1. So if I finish, my hand is again more or less in the same position where, you know, in the, not exactly in the joint, but as much as I can, okay? Sorry. And the other hand, again, it didn't change position, it's still there. And again, enough to have an egg, but not smash it. Okay, that's how much you want it. If you have a naginata, you can check if about 20 centimeters from the end of your naginata, that's where it should be at the height of your head, okay? So if it's too much high or too much low, you can adjust so that your monouchi on the back is also the height of your head. Same thing with the front. If you are having a naginata, you want your monouchi to be the height of your head, because that's the head that you defend. Yep. Okay, so let's give it a go. So from here, 1. And again, because you are defending, you want to be a little bit outside your body and not in the middle. Okay, so a little bit outside. Okay, one more time. 1. And back. Yeah, okay. So I'm seeing one of the most common mistakes that people are doing. I'm gonna show something that is wrong, okay? Is that people go by the side here. They make a round movement. You want to make it straight back, not only with the feet, but also with the naginata. So I think of it as having the naginata as vertical as possible before you go. I don't know if you know the Tex Avery cartoons, when you have like a very big bear and then it's hiding behind this tree, and the tree is like the size of the stick, but then the bear kind of fits behind. But that's kind of the idea. So basically, you want to be always protected. You want to be hidden. You want to hide. You want to keep your center protected as much as you can, before you go back, okay? Like this. 1, 2. Because when you do this, people can hit you, yeah? You don't want to be in that position. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. So we did the two defenses for men and asso men. So let's just do them a couple of times, okay? We do 5 times the defense for big men, and then 5 times for asso men, and then we'll stop it there. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the defense for Sokuman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to drop my naginata. So blade first, then put it down while you're on your knees. Okay, and then we're going to do Reiho to finish it off. So Shizen Tai, Seiza, Mokuso, Mokuso Yame. Hey! Thank you very much. Thank you guys. Is there any question that you want to ask before we end the session? Is there anything that you didn't understand or you want a clarification on? Please feel free to unmute yourself. I think everyone's on mute at the moment. Anyone? Any question?
Yeah, good.
All good. Okay. I'm not too sure if someone else is going to teach the next practice or not. If it's me, we're going to continue this. We'll do the defense for the Sune and then for the whole Uchikaishi. So that's what we do. If it's me, if it's someone else, I have no control on what they're doing. So I will, well, unknown, okay? If you have any question, even if you remember later, just let me know, just drop me a line on Facebook or, you know, don't hesitate, okay? Right, well, if there is no question, that's it. See you all next week and all stay safe. See you later, bye guys.
See you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.